welcome back to the Flux Flix Society. We've got Sammy here with us today, and we're going to be
up?
interviewing him. He is so cool. Look at him. Look at his face. He's a good guy. So, Sammy, tell us about working for StreamGo.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for having me on the introductory episode of your podcast. This is extremely fucking cool, by the way. I'm so happy for you that you're doing this, that you got your own platform to talk and to interview people and to just be your awesome fucking self. I'm a huge fan, always have been. Super excited to have you as part of our project, Meet the Carvers,
Yeah,
which now we can officially announce is going on Streambox, which is very, very cool. So
congratulations.
thank you. You're a huge part of that. You're about to be a huge part of that. So StreamGo is this awesome company that I work for that is a aggregator, which is kind of a weird term if you're not in the business. What it basically means is if you got a cool show like this one, like the one that we're filming right now, and you want to get it onto a streaming service like, let's say, Hulu or Tubi or wherever, you need an intermediary, a go-between, somebody that can represent you when speaking to the streaming channels. So that's the primary function that we have. The secondary thing that we do is we also build Roku channels from scratch. So if you look at the Up All Night network, which you're all over,
I am.
StreamGo is responsible for building and creating that, partnering with the lovely, beautiful, amazing Rhonda Shear,
Rhonda Shear.
the sexiest woman of the '90s, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Um,
today.
and then and now Scream Queens, which you are all the fuck over. And Scream Queens is the new badass horror channel that we just launched. It represents women in independent horror, and you're on it. Debbie Rashawn's on it. Felissa Rose is on it. Linnea Quigley's on it. The idea was to get together as many of these Scream Queens as we possibly could, and just give them their own platform, right? For women in horror and to empower women in horror. So
But
that's
also
what we do.
tell us about the charity aspect of it.
Well, that's the even cooler part, right? So for everybody that signs up for Scream Queens, a portion of the money that's collected, part of that revenue is donated to breast cancer research as well as animal rescue, which is something that we're very passionate about. So not only are you signing up to see some incredible horror films, the most beautiful women in horror, like yourself, but it's for a good cause, man. Like we're out here doing charity. So and that's awesome, right? Anytime that you can do something cool, that's creative and fun and give back, that's about as good as it gets. So yeah, StreamGo is amazing. It's a cool company, and we got a lot of big announcements that are coming in the next few days. One of which we already announced it, so I can say it. We're representing the Lingerie Fighting Championship out of Las Vegas. If you don't know what that
Yeah.
is, people who are listening, Google it. LFC. It's like the UFC, but it's beautiful women fighting in lingerie. Which, God, what an idea! You know what I mean? I mean, it's just it's a beautiful thing. It's a moneymaker. So Lingerie Fighting Championship. We built their channel. They go live this week. That is going to be huge for us. So yeah, we're in the game, man. We are making a lot of headway, doing a lot of different things, and it's very exciting. But
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited to talk to you. Excited to talk to you for what you're doing here with this. What I know you said you're going to interview me. I can't help it because I'm usually on the other side of this too, so I have to ask questions. Like, what made you want to start your own podcast, man?
Well, I had a podcast for a while with my best friend. It was
That's
called the
right. I remember you
Taco
telling me
Talk
that.
Show, and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it
Sorry. Say
because
that
it's
again.
Taco Talk Show.
The Taco Talk Show.
Yes,
That's
and
fantastic. That's
we
good.
just talked about anything, and it was really fun because we literally could do whatever we wanted with it, and it was like a way for us to be creative. We made fake commercials a lot of times with, like, local businesses that didn't ask us at all, like, we would just and we like their business, we'd make a fake commercial for 'em. And then we, kind of segued into true crime because I'm really
Really?
into. Yeah, so we did that for the last several episodes where, it was mostly me doing the research because Leslie, she would work a lot, so I was mostly at home during the day, so I would watch all these other specials and podcasts and things about like whatever like horrible event that we were researching, and I would make a timeline, and then basically I would like read off the timeline and she'd be like the funny banter
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I bet he went outside without his wallet, whatever, like so but it kind of got tiresome because I was doing all the research, so
I can
we
imagine.
ended up not doing it anymore, and I don't know, I just kinda miss this kind of, like, talking, like, you it's really there's no script to it, you can just really interact with whomever, you can get to know somebody, in a cool way. We used to have guests, but we'd have them, like, live with us because we were all working off of this tiny microphone,
Yeah.
Logitech phone, which worked pretty well, but, we would just have them come over and, like, we would review albums sometimes, like, new albums that come out, we would do
That's
that.
dope.
Yeah, so what I wanna do with this is I want to give a platform for everybody else, and especially the indie horror community. Obviously, I'm involved in other communities other than indie horror, but I think that that's where I'm the most known, and so I would like to bring people knowing me to other people, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanna
Yeah.
bring people in and just be like, "What's this newest movie that you're doing?" Whether I'm a part of it or not, I just want to be able to give people, like, a platform to express themselves, talk about their projects, and then I also want to do movie reviews with people. So I did this with another podcast last year, and I had a really good time with it. We chose to review a movie and we watched it on our own time, and then we got together, we just sort of like reviewed it back and forth, and what he noticed was completely different than what I noticed. And I think that will go over well with the horror crowd because there'll be horror movies that we're
Yeah.
mostly reviewing. So, yeah, I figured that would be fun as well, to get our reach out there, if someone's looking for a certain movie and a review about it, like they might stumble upon us and then that's a whole new market, you know what I mean, for the things that we're going to talk about that, we're promoting ourselves with. So, yeah, I want to do it all like, jessadoesitall.com.
Just and no problem with the plug it, man.
Yeah.
JessaDoesItAll.com. You're all over the internet, which is fantastic. And you have a huge fan base. So, being able to do this and giving other people a platform that maybe don't have as many followers as you, they don't have the reach as you, they don't, that's incredibly cool. My other favorite thing about you, and we've just kind of recently become friends, you're one of the most positive people that I've met in this business. You're super sweet, you're super kind, you're nice to everybody, and you have a really great outlook on just like your work and life in general. And there's so much negativity in the world. And especially in the horror world. We're not gonna get into all that, but
We're not.
just, no, but to do this and be positive, to promote people and promote cool things and have cool discussions and talk about movies that you like as opposed to see that was, and I think you and I were talking about this the other day. One thing that I don't like is when people like it's not I don't like it. I get that people do it and I get that they do it for a reason. Everybody has their own opinion and it's valid, but like just trashing films, like people get on a podcast and they'll just trash a movie for 2 hours, right? Like tell me what you like, man. Tell me about a movie that inspired you. Tell me about a movie that
Yeah.
made you happy.
So this is important to me. So I would like to do reviews over movies that are in theaters, you know what I mean? But also movies that my peers have done. So I want to make a rule that we're not going to tear down something that like an equal creative has done. You know what I mean? Like we're going to talk about strong points about it. If like there was like a lull in the story or something, be like, "Yeah, I mean, there was, like, a period of time where I didn't know where they were going, but then at the end, like, that was a really awesome ending with a great kill," or whatever, like, I wanna, like, hang on the positivity of
Yeah.
it. Now, movies that are in the theaters, they're a little bit more free
Yeah.
game, because,
Well,
like, we're not gonna cut into, their, pockets
right,
by
bro.
matter of fact, it'll probably be good for them that we're talking about the movie at all. So, but when it comes to my peers, I want to protect them. I want to make sure that, they're being encouraged because sometimes, I mean, I've seen it so many times where I've been in first movies for people, like where I've been an actress in their first movie and then they don't do it anymore because they didn't like what they turned out. I'm just like, but you have to have a first movie. You know what I mean? You have to have a
Yeah.
first, second, a third movie. And you get better each time. So don't like, if people said it was the worst awful thing that they've ever seen, take it that they watched it, dog. Like they watched the whole thing to have that opinion. Like that's pretty good for the algorithm, bro. Like that's
Right.
actually a positive that it was obviously interesting enough that they finished it and had something stupid to say about it. So honestly, you're winning. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So,
Yeah.
but like, for the most part, I don't ever watch a movie where I'm like, this was an absolute fucking waste of time. Like, I never think that. I'm always like, this is really cool about this part of it. Like, whatever it happens to be. Like, I always look at the positives. And honestly, on my, my reviews, whenever I do make movie reviews, like type them out and actually post them on the internet, like on Letterbox and stuff. I never do negative ones. I always like it's ones that really move me that I really find I have like a strong opinion about that I want to share it with other people. That's when I do it. Like if I don't like a movie, I forget about it. Like I don't know what these people are doing that are like just so negatively hung up on certain movie. I mean, some of my most watched movies have the lowest scores because they get out to these people that don't really know what indie horror is. They don't know what we're doing, and then they
Right.
judge it like it's a Hollywood movie, but it's not a Hollywood movie. Like you
Right.
have to go in knowing that. So I want to approach these things gentler,
Yeah.
with hanging on the positives, but at the same time, if it's a Hollywood movie or something, like I don't want to be super negative, but there's gonna be a little bit more leeway as far as
Well,
that goes.
yeah.
But I never want to tear down like a person that's a creative that's in my lane. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to tear
Yeah.
down any creatives, but especially not the ones that are like we're all working together. We should work together and we should like build together.
Yeah. No, that makes a ton of sense. And like, you having the platform that you have and you can reach a lot of people. I mean, that's so cool that you can number one do this, you can have a show, you can bring whoever you want to onto it, and you can spotlight some of these people who maybe don't get any kind of recognition or they get bad recognition. And you know what? I agree with you, man. Like, because I'm a cinemaphile. Like, I watch all kinds of like really horrible shit. I'll just say it. Some of it is bad. Some of it's bad. Okay, but like, I always get something out of it because I'm a writer, right? So like, and I'm not going to start naming movies that I think are bad, but there's some like C and D movies that are like, you're sitting there with the remote, you're like, fuck, could I be doing something else? But there's always something that I get out of it. If I pay attention, sometimes I gotta smoke a little weed, but if I pay attention, and I'm a weirdo. Like I'll watch shitty movies with a pen and a pad, and I'll be like, "Ooh, I like that," or "I thought that was funny," or it gives me ideas for things that I can put into writing later. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I think first of all, just being creative is beautiful. I think it's the most human thing that we can do, right? Whether it's writing, whether it's being in the movies, whether it's acting, whether it's dancing, whether it's playing music, whether it's painting, whatever it is. If it comes from that part of yourself that you almost become sort of a vessel in a way,
Yeah.
for the universe, and anybody that's putting that out or doing that on any level, that's a beautiful thing. And it sucks when you do that and then somebody goes, "Your fucking art is terrible. You suck. You're bad." And it's but that's the world, it's the internet that we live in. But I agree with you. I think instead of looking at things always from that angle, it's good to look at things from where how can we find the positivity in this? How can we make this, something that lifts people up as opposed to tearing them down,
Yeah,
right?
and also there are so many quote unquote bad movies that are so good for, very
Yeah.
and so, there's like movie like okay, for example, Donald Farmer, a lot of people say he's like the world's worst chintzy movie maker, like filmmaker guy. And like the thing is that this is what he does do. He starts with an idea, he gets it filmed, he gets it edited, and he puts it out. And he loves the game. He loves the game of doing that over and over again. And he's putting these out usually one or two a year. And I really enjoy being in those movies. A lot of people say they're horrible, but I have such a freaking good time, like, doing those movies, and the thing is that, like, I'm not there to make my own movie, like, I'm an actress, like, I'm a vessel, like you said, so whenever I go to set and I show up, like, I'm there to make whatever you want, so if you want bad acting, like, if you want someone that's, like, acting a certain way or whatever, if you want it to be funny, like, I'm gonna do that for you. You know what I mean? Whatever it is
Right.
that you're trying to create, like, I'm part of that and I'm gonna help you create it. So, like, he likes to make, he has silly storylines. He's got silly characters, like, and so we play them as such and we have a great time doing it. And a lot of people love those movies. But, if someone
What's
stumbles
the what's the last one that he made that you were on?
Scream Queen's Weenie Roast, which will be out at the end of the summer. So I'm
Scream Queens Weenie Roast. I
Yes,
love it.
yes,
Fucking
and
love it. I
it's
love it.
it's very silly. It's about all of us scream queens, like, that are in the movie, being at each other's throats and trying to tear each other down, just being very disrespectful to each other, and I think he was inspired by a real event that, he
Really?
found very funny, and, I haven't asked him this personally, so I'm just speculating, but I think he was inspired by a certain event on one of his sets, and he thought this would make a really funny movie, but none of us are truly like that, like, all the girls that, like, I'm in this movie with, we're so supportive of each other, like, we have a group chat, like, that like, I always
Yeah.
put like, any girl that I connect with on a movie set, I have a group chat for us, and I put them in there, and it's like the final ghouls or whatever, like, and we just, like
Yes,
what
go.
we do is, like, we just help each other. A lot of times it's just sharing goofy ass memes or, like, funny videos or something, but sometimes it's like, "Hey, can someone look at my audition tape? Like, I've taken 2 takes, and I don't know which one I should send in. Can Is anybody up right now, like, at 3 o'clock in the morning?" And somebody's gonna
Right.
on, somebody's gonna help, we help each other, and that's what I wanna do in everything that I do, like, even just the acting, just the dance, everything that I single thing that I do, I share it, not because I'm just like, look at me." It's, like, because I
Right.
want other people to feel comfortable doing the thing that they love, and if I can inspire them in some way to go out and do that thing, then, like, I know that I've served my purpose.
That's literally what I was about to say is you inspire people. I mean, you really do, especially with not just the acting, but the dancing and now this platform where you're talking. And I think this is really, really important because there are, there's a lot of people that don't know you. And like I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day and I mentioned you and he was like, Jessa Flux, that the really hot chick. And I was
Wow,
like,
thank you.
I was like, yes, but I said, you would be surprised how fucking instant not surprised, but amazed at how like intelligent and fucking the movie knowledge that she has and like all the the way that she speaks and the ideas that she has and how creative that she is and because that's a part of you that people don't always get to see. They see you acting in these films and they see you doing these other things that you do, but they don't really get to dig inside your brain, man. And
Yeah, and honestly, I'm very shy, so whenever I'm, at a convention or something, like, I might come off, like, just a little quiet. Like, people always say how surprised they are at how quiet I am. It's just that I'm, like, naturally very kind of reserved. I'm a what is it? It's like I'm a introvert.
Introvert? You're what we call an innie outie.
Yes,
And
so I can perform as an extrovert, and I
right,
and I can put that on when I need to be, whenever I'm in front of a crowd, or right now, like, doing this, like, whatever I need to do, but, like, truly in my spirit, like, I'm an introvert, and some people, I think, take that the wrong way, and I hate that,
right.
but, like, I'm just so quiet
Well,
that so I say to myself, I'm reading books, I'm studying my lines, and I think people think, "Oh, like, she's not interacting with us. Why is she not interacting with us?" It's because I'm really shy, like, it's painful and, like, it sucks, and ever since I went to this clown school recently, they were like, "You've got this guard about you that it's always been there," and I was like, "Stop reading my mind," and, like, since then, I've been trying to do things where I can actually break that guard down, and this is
yeah.
honestly another way that I'm gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's almost if you're a real introvert, like, it's almost painful to have to put yourself out there that way, and it's a constant challenge, and people don't understand, especially fans, like, how draining it is, like, when you're at a fucking con for 10 hours, man, signing autographs, and, by the end of the day, you're just like, especially if you're introverted, you're like, "Fuck," like,
Yeah.
the whole world is just on your shoulders, and, like, it takes a while for you to get over it, and, like, and it's not that you don't love people, it's just that, like, it is a lot for somebody that is actually a very reserved, personal person, and that's cool. That's cool that you're that way, right? I mean, not everybody is a Type A personality in Hollywood, and usually the ones that are can be kinda assholeish, assholish. So,
I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that.
well, I say that because I kinda, I am more of a Type A personality, but I know a lot of introverts, and I know how exhausting it is to put on that. I don't wanna say mask, because it's not a mask, it's a projection of yourself, right? You are kinda acting in a way, but it's hard. So this again is a different mode for you to be able to do a version of that, but be yourself, right?
Yeah.
Which you are, and that's very cool, and people can actually your fans can really get to know you on a more personal level, like, the things that you really enjoy, like, what I know I'm not gonna say where you're at right now, but you're on vacation, you're having a good time, and, like, what's your favorite thing to eat? What's your favorite food? It sounds weird, but I'm curious.
Sea bass.
Sea bass? That is wildly specific.
Yeah, yeah, it's my favorite thing to eat.
Sea
I like
bass, okay.
seafood in general, but sea bass, like, it's just the texture of it for me. It's like the best fish.
Sea bass is
But
good.
I mean, I like food in general.
Yeah? Would you consider yourself like a foodie at all?
But yes, for a while there, actually, I was thinking about doing like a little food show on my Instagram and talk about the foods that I was eating, but I didn't take into account that like I travel alone a lot of times whenever I'm going to like movie sets, and then I take myself out to eat and there's nobody there to record me. And I thought that'd be pretty silly if I set up a whole tripod and I was just like, the sea bass here is freaking amazing. Like I didn't
S
it could
The
happen
sea bass
still.
is amazing. Dan and I actually do a show called Home Cooked Horrors that it's a cooking show. I'd love to have you on it sometime. I don't know, do you cook at all? Do you do any
No,
cooking?
I don't
No?
cook.
No,
No,
not at all. Okay, fair
I've
enough.
heard
No, okay, well, it's, so for me, that's another creative outlet, right? Like, it's food to me is art. So, when I spend a lot of time, like, really putting love into something that I'm preparing, like, to me, that's the same as painting, or it's the same as writing, right? But then I get the personal satisfaction of watching somebody eat my sea bass, and they go, "Oh my god." So it's very fulfilling on a personal level, when I do that. I wasn't trying to flip it on you, I know, I just started asking questions, but what other projects are you working on right?
working on right now. I am actually preparing for a movie that I'm going to film not obviously this weekend, next weekend in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's called the Cult of the
Shit.
Yeah, so I'm
Right.
really and I'm actually flying after I film that my movie, I'm flying from Louisville to go to a clown camp in
Oh
Minnesota.
shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, so, like, I'm getting all, what is that called? Like, method acting? I don't know. But, like, it's gonna be really fun because the my character has this really awesome change where she is really shy and reserved and a little bit like, nervous about being around people that she's attracted to and just being out there in general and saying no. She's like a people pleaser. But then she has this change, that includes some psychedelic, drink, and then she becomes the clown, and it's like
She got
and
the phone.
yeah, we're in a cult.
We're in a cult. That's fucking
We're in a
awesome.
cult. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. My partner, her name is Danielle. She's gonna be like my girlfriend in the movie, and also we're gonna most of our scenes are together, and I'm staying with her and um around where we're filming, and I'm just really excited to work with her. She seems like she's a really grounded and serious actress, and she's going to help me to figure out actors access because I've never figured it out on my own. Like I had like a membership and it's very expensive and I never used it because I couldn't figure it out. But I'm really excited to work with her and just see what she's all about. I try to learn every time I work with somebody on a film set, like I try to learn like what their methods are and like how they go about like attacking their character and like bringing it to life, and I try to like integrate little small parts of everything that I
That's
learned from
cool.
into what I do. So I'm excited to get to know her as well.
That's that's fucking awesome. Well, so you're gonna be in my town. You're gonna be hanging out in Louisville, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably be busy as fuck, but if you have any time, I know a place that has great sea bass. So let me know when you're here.
Where is it?
Um, it's a little restaurant. And I'm gonna fuck this up when I say it. I
Is
think it's
it
called Osteria.
Ramsey's?
No, 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 no. It's called Osteria,
Oh, I've
and they
never heard.
make yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. It's actually I used to know. I don't know if he's the same guy, the same chef that was there, but I used to know the executive chef, and it's the best seafood in Louisville by far. You wouldn't think being landlocked in the state of Kentucky we would get terrific seafood, but we do if you go to the right restaurants. So
Well,
you'll
Ramsey's, I had Ramsey's.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
They have a really, really good sea bass. They have, like it's, like, in, like, this, miso broth. It's oh my god, it's sick. It's so good. Like, it's my
That's a
favorite.
that's in the Highlands, which is the best part of Louisville, by the way. When you're in Louisville, the Highlands is kind of like that's where Hunter S. Thompson was from. Probably didn't
Cool.
know it. Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson actually grew up right there, and there's like these huge murals of Hunter S. Thompson all over the fucking place. And anyway, Louisville's a cool city, so you'll definitely have a lot of fun. And then you're going to Clown. What was it? What did you say it was again?
Camp. A clown
Clown
camp.
Camp. Clown Camp.
Yeah.
That's
It's
fucking
called
cool,
Moose
man.
Burger. Moose Burger Clown Camp. Yeah, I don't know, that's what she go like, the woman who owns it, she was a ringling clown, and so she goes
Wow.
Moose Burger is a part of, like, her identity as a clown.
Okay.
How everybody has a clown name or whatever. I'm Fluxy the clown. That's my goofy, fun,
Let's see.
um,
Okay.
yeah, have a good time girl clown name.
You also sorry, and I'll stop, but I'm fascinated by all the shit that you do. I know we've already been talking for like a half an hour. You also teach a dance class. That's cool as fuck,
Yeah.
right?
I
What what's that like teaching dance?
well, I taught dance. Let me turn on a light.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're good.
the sun went
The
down.
the
Okay, so I taught dance in high school as a way to pay for my dance classes because,
in high school? No shit.
yeah. Yeah, so we were so poor, honestly, that, like, I never ate lunch. I would just save my lunch money so I could pay for my own dance classes, from that, and then things got changed in my life. My mom moved away to Seattle and left me with my grandmother who had just had a nervous breakdown. And so I was taking care of her at the time, and there was no way that like she could give me money for lunch money or anything anymore. So I had 3 jobs illegally because you're not supposed to do that before the age of 18. You're only supposed to hold
Right.
one in the state of Indiana. So I had 3
Right.
jobs. And then I also taught dance, and I taught dance so I could have the dance lessons basically for free. That's what I
That's
did. So
amazing.
I never thought that I would grow up and teach dance because I always felt like it's gross. This is a gross way of thinking. But whenever I was a kid, I was like, it's almost like you teach because you cannot do or something, which is, like I said, like a really negative way of thinking about teaching any art form. I really don't agree with that now. I'm much more mature, obviously, as an adult. But yeah, so I started taking dance classes like I want to say around the time of the pandemic. I got back into ballet, and I started reaching out trying to find like other adult dance classes in my area, which for a long time there was just nothing. There was nothing. If you wanted to take dance, you had to do it with kids, and that just feels very uncomfortable to me. I'm not into it. Although
Right.
the ballet academy I go to does welcome that. Like they will place you in a level and then also let you learn with the children. But I'm not into it. Like it just makes me feel uncomfortable. And so, I've tried to find places. Now I've got like several studios that I go to, 4 of them as a matter of fact, and it started with me teaching dance again because my friend that teaches the jazz dance class that I go to, which is usually on Tuesday nights at Lush Movement Co. It's an awesome aerial dance place. You can take pole dance
Oh,
lessons,
wow.
opera, like whatever you want, but they also have just straight dance lessons. So anyhow, she was going to be out of town, and I just offered. I was like, "Hey, if you're going to be out of town, like I'll be out in town on those dates. Do you want me to just teach something so you can still have the people that are like loyal to that class so they'll have something to do?" And she was like, "Sure." And then it just kind of branched from there because I really had a good time with it. I mean, it was like one of my favorite things about last year. Like I my first one I did in November, and I was just so happy. Like I just couldn't believe it that I was like teaching a dance class again. Like it was like it blew my mind because it's like what I wanted to grow up. I wanted to be a dancer, you know what I mean? So like it was like, "This is so awesome, and I'm so grateful, and I would love to do it more." So now, I teach my own jazz dance class, but I usually do themes. So last month, I did, like, 80s, hair metal groupie, like, that was the, theme, and so I
That's
was like
awesome.
we had, like, dance walks that we did, and we're like, "And make love to the audience, throw your hair around," like and, like, that was really fun, and now I'm doing 60s go-go dance moves because that's also a weird
That's
interest of
awesome.
mine, a special interest that I have. I bought videos and everything about this before because 'cause I'm, like, obsessed with, like, 60s social dances, so we learned some of those, which is a little bit, of cardio, and then we work it into like a choreographed piece at the end of it, and I can make it for any levels. Like last class there was someone who showed up that I think she was in her 50s or 60s, I'm not really sure, but she was a bit older and she had never taken a dance class before. She just saw it online and thought, "This sounds like a fun thing to do." And I was totally able to cater the entire dance so that she could do it, with taking out some of the turns and things like that. I can do that on the fly because I've always had to I had to do in high school, you know? Like, I had to be able to do
Right.
that in high school doing choreography and stuff. So, we had a really great time with that woman. She was super fun, and so now I feel really even more confident that like I can make these classes for any level. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like being able to share the art that is what made me feel most alive first is so awesome. Like to be able to do that again. I'm very grateful.
That's amazing. And actually, you and I, share a very similar thing with that. Not with dance, but so for me, it was martial arts. And I started, I started martial arts training when I was 9. and just continued the rest of my life. And so now I teach martial arts on the side. And to have something like that that you're so passionate about, that was such a big part of your development as a human being, and then to be able to give that to someone else is such a beautiful thing,
It
man.
is.
Like, it does something incredible for your soul, right? Like,
Yes.
um, whether it's, and I really feel like movement based things specifically, whether it like dance or martial arts or Tai Chi or anything where like, because I think there's an exchange of energy, right,
Mhm.
between the instructor and the student, like a real tangible physical exchange of energy that takes place. And you're kind of giving them part of you, right?
Yeah,
In a way. And that's very, very cool. You have more layers than a bag of onions, my dear.
and I
It's
smell
pretty
like one.
wild. That I highly doubt. That I highly doubt. Okay, so real quick, and then we'll. I mean, this has been fun. I've loved talking to you, and this podcast is going to be great. It's going to be incredibly successful. I know that you're going to have a fucking line of guests, people that want to talk to you because everyone loves you. But we said Jessa does it all. We know that. Where you're fucking everywhere, man. Like, I can start naming shit, but you probably know more than I know right now that you're on Up All Night all the time. So if you don't have the Up All Night network, go to Roku, download it. That's the wonderful, lovely, beautiful, amazing Rhonda Shears network. Scream Queens, which is on Roku, which is another streaming service. You have a whole line of Jessa Flux there. People can go watch your movies. Where else do your fans go to pay tribute to you or find you?
JessaDoesItAll.com, and you can find all of my socials there. You can find my IMDb, so you can look up, like, movies that are not as well known. Some of those are really gems. They're wonderful gems that, like, to find them, it's really great to see those. You can, like, add me on all of my socials. You can find my Patreon. My Patreon, is just an artistic-based Patreon where I share all kinds of stuff about my process as an actress, behind the scenes photos and videos. I take videos of my dance classes. I share those there.
That's awesome.
I share auditions that I've done, and I kind of critique them
Really?
for people. So, like, I usually wait for a period of time has passed before I post it, but, like, whether I got the part or not, I will post the audition, and if there's anybody interested in acting, I'd be like, "This is where I failed on this one," or, "This is where I really succeeded on this one," and I'll, like, kind of break it down for them and just see what they think as well. It's kind of fun because there's you can comment on there and everything. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, man. That's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
So I wanna continue. I wanna do more interviews and stuff on there as well. I post any kind of like reviews of movies because you can just plug in like a YouTube page or a YouTube video really easily. So if someone does a review on my movie and I like it, I will put it up and I will talk about like some of the things that they talk about, like, oh, well, actually that wasn't quite correct what they said about, that character or whatever. This is kind of what the real story was, or whatever it happens to be. But I'll kind of like work in a dialogue that's like back and forth between what they were saying in the review and what I have to say back. And I usually post those for free, actually. I usually just go ahead, since it's not my content, but like the only thing I'm adding is my banter, basically. I'll post those for free. So there's a lot of free content on there as well if you're not wanting to subscribe. But I have like 3 tiers. I have like a really small tier where it's just like, you're just supporting. You can see like the written and the photo content, and then the video content is a little bit higher. And then I have just a ridiculously high tier if you just want to give me money so that I can be an artist and awesome person. You can do that too. And I'm very thankful for it. Yes. Yeah. But I have everything.
Donate, man. Donate to the cause. It's a beautiful
Abs-
thing.
yeah.
Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with people giving you money. If I was beautiful, and people would give me money, I'd fucking take it all back. Gimme, 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 gimme.
I think all
Um,
artists have a Patreon. Like, I think that it's a really cool thing. It's not I wouldn't say it's like something that I make my most of my money off of or anything, but it's a real joy to do, to be able to share like what I do with the world and have people to actually give me feedback on it is really awesome for me.
Well, you're a real artist, and that's what's fucking cool, right? And that circles back to this, people getting the opportunity to really get to know you, get inside your brain, learn what your process is, learn what you do, kind of learn how you think, and it gives people that watch independent horror the side of the business, the real side of the business that you don't see when you're sitting in front of the television with the remote,
Yeah.
like, what goes into playing that character, what goes into the mindset, like what you got to do to act that way or not act that way, or the crazy shit that happens on sets. I'm sure you've got all kinds of stories, and that's so interesting to me, man. It always has been. Always has been. I'm not an actor. I mean, I voice act, but that's not the same thing. Remotely, it's
It's
not the
close.
same thing. It's almost, it's like apples and bananas, man. Like it's a different, it is acting, but so everything that you do, you know this because you're a voice actor also. You don't get to use your body. And human beings communicate, 90% of our communication is through body language. So see me talking with my hands right now and pointing at things, and so you can't do that. It's all verbal, it's all articulation, it's all emotion, right? It's in the way you speak. You have to be able to deliver that and make it believable. So it's a little different, but the movies of yours that I've watched, I just think it's so cool the range that you have, because you can play like anything, man. Like you've done all kinds of different roles, and that would be really hard for me. Like I feel like I would get stuck just like, I don't know, playing like a stupid, like anytime you need a mafia hitman, or, yeah, I don't know, somebody who doesn't talk much, or, it's interesting to be able to have that range. And obviously a lot of it comes from your dance background. It comes from your clown training. How are you going to integrate that? What, like, is that, well, obviously you're doing a clown movie in Louisville next week, but did you have more clown plans in the future? Like, what are you doing with that?
So I didn't have any clan clown plans and clan plans. Definitely no
That's what
clan.
Jen said.
Um, so, there were no clown plans, honestly. I was just like something I wanted to study because I found the art interesting. And actually, the first time I ever performed, it was as a clown when I was 5. And I kind of got a taste of like the limelight. And I was like, oh, this is really fun. And it's fun to make people laugh just using physicality and not really
Yeah.
talking a lot. Because I was worse shy as a child. Like it was painful to even look at anybody in the eye. Like I couldn't even go and ask for ketchup. You know what I mean? If I needed ketchup for my fries, it was bad. So that's kind of how dance helped me. And so I've always been interested in clowning because, like I said, it was the first time I ever performed was as a clown. And I just got this feeling, this dopamine burst in my head whenever like everything went well and people were laughing at me and they were having a good time. And so I always wanted to study clowning. But now that I've gotten into it, I kind of want to do healthcare clowning for elderly adults. I think that I would like to go into
Oh my
nursing,
God.
and that is something I kinda got the idea because when my grandmother was in facilities, recently before her death, I kinda made friends with everybody there. Like, I was there so often, like, I was there literally every day that I was in town. I was there for 2 to 6 hours just sitting there, just, like, learning my lines or whatever, just
Yeah.
sitting there with her and probably bothering, she never seemed bothered, she'd always be like, "Oh, there you are," or whatever, but probably bothering her and just trying to make her eat and stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
ended up
Yeah.
friends with, like, the nurses, the techs, and then also at the second place she was at, there's a lot of she had to share a room there, and so I made friends with her roommate, and, like, I made friends with, like, people that would always be sitting outside when I'd pull up. Like, I would just talk to all these people, and they seemed excited to see me, and I thought, these people are lonely, like, these people are lonely,
Yeah.
and honestly, if I wasn't there for my grandmother, it would've been so depressing for her, like, and I don't think a lot of people have a me, that's gonna come in and go and see you every single day that you're in a place like
No,
I would have done it until the end of time. Like, there would have been no slowing down for me, but, like, I wanna take that energy and give it to someone else that is still with us, you know what I mean? Give it to other people and entertain them, and whatever that happens to be, I'd like to use clown to do that and maybe make
that's
that a thing.
that's fucking awesome. That's so cool. It really is. And that's, you know, to have that talent and then be so interested to donate your time that way to people is just that's amazing.
Yeah,
But
so I'm hoping that the new year that I'll get to finally do that. I'm trying to learn to juggle right now. Like, I'm a funny clown, but, like, I want some tricks. Like, I wanna learn to juggle and, I can do balloon animals, but
you know any magic? Any
I
magic?
don't. I don't. I need to learn some magic. I need to learn some stuff that'll, like, really get these 80-year-olds, like, involved. Like
Or super confuse them, you know? It'll be one or the other, but
yeah.
but they'll want more.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Well, I was gonna say, like, I could see you having your own clown show, like, that's just it's so fucking interesting to me, man. The only other person that I know that I don't know him, but, that's been to clown school is Steve-O.
Yeah.
Steve-O went to clown school.
I did know
So,
that.
I mean, it's an art. It really is a truly it's an art, and most people don't know that. They're just like, "Ah, fuck it." You put on some rubber shoes and a squeaky nose and, now you're bozo or whatever. But
No,
there's all these layers to it,
there
which is
is.
very, very interesting. Well, this has been great, and I love talking to you, and I could probably sit here and talk to you for 2 more hours, but I know you're on vacation. I know you got shit to do. Thank you, first of all, for having me on your podcast. I'm sorry that I sort of interviewed you, but I wanted to ask you questions, and you're great at conversation. So this is very, very cool. The next episode, I'm sure you'll have somebody very awesome on, or if it's just you talking, it'll still be amazing. People will watch this and listen to it just because it's you, and it gives your fans insight into who you are, and that's a very beautiful thing. So
Cool. Well, thank you
in
for
any case,
coming. I appreciate you
thanks
being
for having
here
me.
and,
Yeah.
helping me
So
set this up. I'm really excited to be able to share this with my friends and make some new friends, by doing this. I'm just super hyped. So, thank you.
the Flux Film Society. Yeah, the Flux Film Society. That's fucking awesome, man. It's got legs. This is gonna be on a streaming platform too. More than one, I promise you. So, thank you for having me. You're an amazing human being, and I appreciate you. And anything that I can do to help this project or make it successful, you have my commitment to do so.
Thank you.